So today we're talking about creating websites. Now, creating websites is probably the most effective way for people to get to know who you are and what you do. It's great for businesses and things like that, but it's also great for YouTubers who want to gain some outer traffic, like me. Yet many people don't create websites. Why? Because they assume it's going to cost a lot of money, that it's going to be too much of a challenge, that it's too technical, that it's too complicated. I'm here to tell you today that website building is actually surprisingly easy, especially in this modern age, and it doesn't cost a penny. So in this video, we're going to take a look at many different web design platforms, but because I use Weebly to design my own website, I'm going to base the first part of this video on it. Disclaimer, not sponsored. So in the first part of this video, I'm going to show you guys how to actually build a website. When we visit other web design platforms, I'll show you how to build a website there as well, but this will be the most detailed and in-depth of all of them. And they're mostly all the same in terms of the technical stuff, but anyways, let's get started. I'm in the homepage of Weebly. Weebly is a great place to create a modern-looking online profile site. It's great for online stores and e-commerce and stuff like that. We're gonna build a website from Weebly. I'm gonna start right here. So this is the landing page of Weebly, and we're gonna, first of all, I'm going to log in. So you have to create an account. I'm just gonna log in here. So this is the landing page of your account dashboard once you log in, and I've already have a website, by the way, made by Weebly, and it's actually what I still use right now for my current website. I'll leave a link down below. All links will be down below in the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new website. So if you're completely new to Weebly and you just created an account, this is what you're gonna find. And what kind of website would you like to create? A website with an online store, or you just need a website? I'm gonna click on just need a website, and you're gonna select a theme. Now for Weebly, there aren't that many themes, but all the themes here are great, and they're all really modern. So this is just a business category, and there's a portfolio category, and compared to some other site creating platforms, this is actually quite a lot. So there's a whole bunch of these. There's personal, event. So I'm just gonna choose this one. How about this one? This is a theme preview. I'm gonna start editing it. Alright, so when you have chosen your theme and everything, they're gonna ask you for a domain name. Now this does not mean that you have to pay anything. In fact, there's nothing that you're gonna need to pay. In fact, there are many plans if you do want to pay, but if you don't want to pay, I actually use the free plan, and it works out perfectly. They're gonna ask you for a domain, but it's not gonna cost anything. It's just that there's gonna be a Weebly watermark, and there's gonna be Weebly watermarks everywhere. So if you're annoyed with that, you may have to pay some. But this is you can create any domain you want. It's just gonna be that name .weebly.com. So let's say you want thedrawinglife.weebly.com. That's what it's gonna turn out. So I'm gonna search for a domain here, and I'm just gonna say anything. How about TDL Expo? I don't know what, but I'm just gonna search for it. All right, so we have professional domains and stuff here. We could choose some of these, or we could choose a subdomain. This is the free one. These up here are the ones that you're gonna need to pay. So I'm gonna choose the free one, and you have successfully set up your subdomain name. So let's just say done, and we can start editing right away. Now this is really easy because they're gonna show you everything that they want to do if you're a first time. This is my second site that I'm creating technically, but I'm gonna walk you through it. On this menu right here is the stuff that you can drag onto the second menu thing right here. There are menus everywhere you can find, as you can see, this is just scrolling through all these things. And I'm just gonna rename this The Drawing Life Expo 2019. Hopefully that'll become a thing at some point. I'm just gonna say, how about November 11th, 2025 in New York. All right, that's a dream project now. I'm going to continue. So we have this is what your customers or your clients or your fans are going to, or you can find when they immediately type in the Drawing Life expo.weebly.com. They're gonna enter this, but you're gonna want to show them that you have more. You don't want a bunch of these things. These are all default things. So I'm gonna there's all these things that you can change. You can delete sections. You can add sections if you want. These are just the things that they set as default for you that you can edit, so you don't have to drag anything out. I am gonna change this text right here. So you can change all this text. You can change photos. If you don't have a photo, you could always check out through the stock images. They have some pretty good stock images, and they don't have watermarks on the images, which is awesome. But for this one, you know, I'm gonna put up my own image. So all you have to do is replace image, upload photo from your computer, and I am going to select my own profile right here. This is my new avatar, and I'm just gonna upload that, and bling, we have my little avatar right there. I mean, that's not gonna make sense. Why would you have my avatar next to the TDL Expo? But whatever. It's just to show you what you can do with it. So this is cool. You can put your own photo up there. Then you have more things up here. You can change. This is a gallery, so you can add images. So if you want a new gallery or whatever, there's all these menus over here, so you can just click and drag. So let's say I want to delete this. You can always delete it. I'm gonna delete here. In fact, I'm going to delete the whole section, and I'm going to show you how you can actually create a new one. So in this menu right here, as I told you, there are many menus. Don't worry about it. It looks kind of complicated. It's not at all. You're going to take this the section right here into the structure category, and you're just going to drag it over, and that creates a new section right underneath this TDL Expo. In fact, I need to change this right here. What is the TDL Expo? And this is just a subtext right here. It doesn't really matter. We're done with this page right here, and we create a new section. So it's drag elements here. So let's say I want some text. So I'm gonna create a title right here. I'm gonna say meet our staff maybe, and you know, put in text. And let's just say, and you can change the style of it. So let's say you want a bold and italic. That's perfectly fine. And if you want to add a gallery, this is where the gallery stuff comes. You can add a gallery of images, or you can add one image. I'm gonna add one image right here. So that's a pretty big image. Don't worry about that. I'm just gonna upload another image. Let's say my previous avatar. I'm just gonna put that in. And in fact, this looks a bit big, so I'm going to resize it. I'm gonna resize it to a bit smaller. You know, there's a whole bunch of things you can customize here. So basically, let's say you click on an image, it's gonna say edit, replace, lightbox, or whatever. That don't worry about those. It's all trial and error. You're just gonna have to look through and find out. I'm gonna walk you through a couple of them. Let's go to spacing. So spacing between the text and you can go top margin. So this will bring it down a little bit, or you know, let's take a look at something else. I'm gonna align this to the left, and I'm gonna add some text right here, and you can add text right next to the image and say. So you can add a whole bunch of text right next to the image, but then it's too close to the image. So basically you can go to that exact spacing one, and you can go, how about right margin, make it further away, and bling bling bling, all the blah blah blahs go away from it. And that's just a nice little touch that you can add. I'm going to close this right here. I'm going to resize the image. Let's say I want it smaller. The text is going to automatically crawl around it, and that's just the beauty of Weebly. And in fact, it's the beauty of many of these website designs. Oh, you may have to change the spacing a little bit more now because I resized it. So let's say right margin, let's do more. There we go. And it's just the beauty of many of these web design platforms nowadays. It's just so easy to do all of these things, and it's really cool. Now, on all these websites that you visit, there's usually, let's say my site, I'm gonna click off. I don't want that. So let's say you want about pages, RSVP, contact, whatever. Contact is cool because you can actually put in contact forms. I'm gonna delete this because I don't want it. So all you have to do is click that, and it's deleted. And let's say contact, right? There's always contact forms, and your account is gonna be. You have to create an account for this. It's a free account, so anything that's submitted through this contact form. Let me just drag it out here. As you can see, click and drag, very easy. Just click and drag. You get a cool contact form right here, and it's gonna be associated with the email that you put on with your Weebly account. So if anybody ever contacts you for any reason, it's gonna be in there. So basically, you have that contact form, and you can change that to contact us, and you're done. And so they usually have the pages set for you, right? They usually have the pages there, but let's say you want to add another page. Very easy. Go to the pages, and there's a top menu there, there's a side menu, a top menu. Again, don't get overwhelmed with it, it's alright. Let's say you want to add another one, so that you have a blog page. So the great part about Weebly is that you can create as many blogs as you want on the same site. Some web design platforms only allow you like one blog per site. You can add many blogs. So let's say you want a news site, so you can have news about this, news about that, in many different things. So I'm just gonna say news like that. And there you go, you have your page in there, and you can just say TDL Expo News, and there you go, you have that in there. And you can just, whenever you come to this page, you can just say new post right there, and you can just start posting as you go, and you can create as many of these blog posts as you want. And let's say you want another blog about a different thing, you can just add another page. So there's standard, so when you add a page, there's standard page, category page, product page, and non-clickable menu, that kind of stuff. So that's all about the stuff. Now we're gonna start about customizing these. So let's take a look at this background image. If you don't like it, why not change it? Let's replace the image at the back. So I'm gonna edit the background. I'm gonna replace this, and I don't want my I'm going to use my own. I'm not going to use my own images here. I'm going to use Weebly's images. So as you can see, they have many beautiful stock images, and you can just I'm going to click on this one, New York. Very nice. And you can edit it however you want. There's a blur 0%. You can blur it however much you want, and then it will process, and you get a really blurry thing right there. But I don't want that blur. I want a bit of zoom. How about a bit of zoom right here? A bit of zoom there. That looks nice. I don't want any darken, and filter, you know, vignette, that make a nice touch to it. And you press save, and there we go, you have your background. And now I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this customizing thing here. Let's say the home page, right? You can edit the let's edit the background. So we have this background. I'm fine with the image, but I want a little bit of fanciness, and there's scrolling effect. Let's go down here to scrolling effect, and parallax means that when you scroll, the image is gonna move along with it. So as you can see, this is without the parallax. This is without the parallax if you scroll down, let's say, and this is with the parallax. And as you can see, the image doesn't really move, but the text does move, and everything else moves. So you can add background images to all these things, and as you can see, there's text, there's all these things, and you can purchase stuff around, and that's just the really awesome thing about Weebly. And you can change the theme whenever you want, you can change however you want whenever, and it's just really cool. Now we're going to talk about storage now, and Weebly is the only site that I've gone to that has not set in stone told me how much storage there is going to be needed. But I have, like, for other web design platforms, they are going to tell you that there is a storage limit to how many photos and stuff you can put up, especially in a free plan. Like WordPress, which we're going to talk about later, like it says you can only have 3 gigabytes of photos before you have to upgrade, and that's kind of annoying. Weebly hasn't done that to me yet, but I've heard rumors that about 500 megabytes or whatever, which is why I don't really do a lot of stuff on my website. This is my current website. This is the Drawing Life website, and there's some news that you can find. There's an art gallery. This is my website. I haven't shown you it yet, and there's a contact form that you can do, and there's a bio page, and frequently asked questions. And this is basically what I've designed. I use a different theme than this, obviously, but after you're done, you can just press publish, and that is your site right there, tdlexpo.weebly.com. And when we actually enter it into your web browser and you enter it, there is your amazing new website. And as you can see, very modern and nice. And that's just basically all you have to do. It's so easy, and that's Weebly.com, and that's how you build a stunning modern website. So if we were to take a look at all the web design platforms out there, we would be here for years. There's so many of them, and I'm going to narrow it down to 4 of them. These are the ones that I've personally used in the past, and the first one is one of the most famous website creators out there. It has been a leading one for many years, and that is WordPress.com. And again, there are many plans for WordPress, and the free one is the one I currently use, and the same thing. It's going to be your site name .wordpress.com, just like Weebly, and you're gonna have to sign in. You will come into this area, and I'm gonna go to my sites. I've created a lot of sites with WordPress. I've used it since like 2016 or something, you'll come to a place with your traffic, just like if you go to Weebly.com. So this is your dashboard where you take a look at all your stats, all your refers, all your posts and pages. Everything is within reach here, just like Weebly. Weebly is just like that. Here's like that. And then, so basically, this is my site that I created a long time ago, and I haven't used it for a while, but this is what I've used with WordPress, and it's actually pretty cool. You can do some cool stuff with it. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of a glimpse into what it's basically like. So I'm not gonna create a new site for this one because we have to kind of go through them, because we have 3 other sites that we've gone through. Weebly already, and now we're at WordPress. So I'm gonna edit my site. So basically, all you have to do is load the customizer, and you're there. This is what the customizer looks like. Now, one of the cons of WordPress is that it's really slow at some point, so you gotta be patient with it, and you gotta remember to save, because it might crash on you. Who knows? It hasn't crashed on me a lot, but it could. So you have so many things in this menu here: site identity, colors, and backgrounds that you can change. It's not as flexible as Weebly. Like, you can't move this text here. It's all kind of set in stone. If you pick this theme, you pick this theme. You have to go with what the theme tells you to do. So you have one blog, as you can see. So this is my blog here. Every single theme is different. So let's take a look at some themes here. So with WordPress, there's a lot of themes that you can choose from. As you can see, 297 themes to choose from. But the 297 is not all. There's definitely a lot more, and there's premium ones that you have to have a premium account to use. But the free ones are actually really good, and there are really pros and cons to each of them. Every single one is different, but it's just a con is that you have to follow exactly what they do. So if the blog is in the front page, you can't move the blog to another page. If the blog is in that page, you can't move the blog to the front page. So it's all really kind of what you want. So that's why they have a lot of themes here. So you have a lot of themes that you can do, and you can basically customize whatever you want, but it's not as flexible as some. It's just, I think WordPress is really great for blogs. So you can like just blog, and it just goes, and it's really cool. So like these are all the themes, and you can just write from it. You can write from your phone, just like that, and just send it off with it, and it's really simple. So that's WordPress. I stopped using WordPress some time ago because of some layout issues, and plus with your media. So these are all the pictures I've used so far in my website. As you can see, 3.2% of 3 gig. I mean, if you lower the resolution of your pictures, it's not going to use that much, but storage, man, it's really hard to manage, and you can often, like, you only have 3 gigabytes, so no uploading videos here. It's just gonna eat away. So what I did was I lowered the resolution of all of them as I exported them. So I think that made things easier. But yeah, this is you can have a limit of 3 gigabytes before you have to upgrade, and you have to pay for that. So the next site that we're going to be talking about is Wix. Now, Wix is a very popular website creator. A lot of people use it, and I would recommend it, but there are some cons, and we're going to talk about that right now. So you have to create an account for Wix. I've already created an account using my business email, and we're gonna create a new site right now. Now, Wix is really great in the kind that you can go really detailed. I'm a very nitpicky person, so I would definitely choose Wix if not for these things. I wish I could use Wix, but we're going to talk about why I don't use Wix in just a second. I'm going to show you what you can do with it. So basically, I'm going to choose a website for business, and as you can see, there's a whole bunch of just pages of themes that you can use, and there's a lot of customization for it. It's basically like Weebly, but a whole lot more. So I'm going to edit this webinar, and as you can see, there are also plans for Wix, so you can choose the free plan. Alright, so we land at this page right here, and it's really cool because you can do a whole bunch of things, and they also give you tutorials. So I'm going to skip the tutorials because I already know how to do all these things. So as you can see, there's so much you can do in terms of editing. You can add sections, you can turn all this. It's really, really cool. There's menus and pages. You can change this. So I'm going to change this text right here. I want to edit this text. So there's so many things you can change. As you can see, there's all this effects. You could change the whether you wanted a different font. With Weebly, it's kind of difficult. You can't choose different fonts. For this, you can, and it's really cool how you can just customize everything to what you want to do. And as you can see, I changed a font right there, and I think that looks kind of good. In fact, I'm gonna bold it a little bit. Wait, I'm already bolded, never mind. And I'm gonna add my slogan right here: spreading joy through art. And reserve my spot. You can have all those buttons here that you can do, and as you can see, you can change the text, so you can move this text around. You can move this text however you want. You can move it. It's a little bit laggy, but you can really ultimately customize it however you want, and you can even use your arrow buttons to just move it up. And it's, you know, I'm gonna change my things here. Alright, so I'm not gonna change this text right here, but you can, if you want, just press edit the text. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to add media. I'm gonna change the image. That looks kind of good to me, and I have that there now. So as you can see, there's just so many things you can edit, and there's just so many things that you can customize, and it's really, really, really great, except for one thing. So when you publish your site, you're gonna get this. Choose a domain before you publish. Now, domains are those things that are usually free, but in Wix they are, but you're not gonna get anything to blah 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 your name .wix.com. You get MrSketchyDraws.wixsite.com/your site name. Now this is really hard to remember. Now I would use everything else in Wix except for this. So if only I had a domain, then I would use that. But I do not currently own a domain. I cannot afford one. So I do not use Wix for this exact reason. But overall, Wix is really, really great for all this stuff that you can do. You can add pictures, you can add stuff, and you can just really customize every single little thing that you want. You can turn into parallax like we did in Weebly and everything, but it's just that the little domain thing that just gets on me, and it's really annoying. But so anyways, now the last one we're going to talk about is probably the simplest one, and the one that I would not use unless I am really in a rush to just create a website, whatever I want. This is Blogger. Now I can hear your judgment already, those website makers, like, don't use Blogger. But I do use Blogger. I did use Blogger when I was trying to figure out what kind of website I should, what kind of platform I should use. So I came to Blogger, and Blogger is a Google-based thing, and it's connected to your Google account. So basically, what we have here is the landing page of Blogger. So let's just take a look at what you can do with your site. So the thing about Blogger is that you have to edit it in the background. So you can change your layout, you can change your sidebar and everything, but you can only do it. You can't just like preview it and edit it at the same time. You actually have to preview it. So this is what my Blogger site looks kind of. This is just like a practice site I did when I was trying to create websites. You kind of have to edit everything here, then preview it, then come back and edit everything. That's why I don't really use Blogger, and plus you can't really get good results with it anyway. It's kind of weird. It's not bad, I would say. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't use it because you just really can't edit things, and plus it's gonna eat up your Google storage, because Google only gives you like 15 gigabytes of storage, and if like half of that, let's say, is eaten up by your website, and that's not really great. So as you can see, I'm not spending a lot of time here, but basically there's some themes that you can that you can try, and there's some settings that you can change, layouts, pages, and stuff like that. So if you're really in a hurry, you're really on a time crunch and everything, and you just need a website out there, Blogger is kind of the way to go because you wouldn't need to go through all the design process and stuff. So that's basically what we have here. So that's my video on web design. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give a video a like if you want other people to see it. Subscribe to my channel. This is the final Weebly site that I created for myself, and I want to thank all of you so much for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this, more art videos and stuff. This wasn't an art video. This is more of a spin-off, but I feel that it's an important asset to a YouTuber. Having a website is just a really big part of branding, and it just really makes you look professional, and that's really important to me especially. So I want to thank all of you for watching this video, and we'll see you next time on The Drawing Life.